Welcome everyone to Fall Session 2025. So every week at 7:45 start the sessions with a meditation. So thank you and welcome everyone. We'll go ahead and begin.
Symbolism is a movement in visual arts and literature that reached its heights during the final 2 decades of the 19th century. It is an idealistic type of art that was developed as a reaction to realism, impressionism, and materialism of the period. Symbolic art goes beyond reality to reveal messages and ideas that are hidden beyond what is seen as a visual image. It emphasizes on the images that are the reflection of the artist's inner world. It bypasses the boundaries of artistic conventions and standards. It reflects the mysticism and idealism that is usually associated with romantic art. Symbols are vital artistic expression during cultural transitions, such as what we are presently experiencing across the globe. Symbolic art serves us like emoji to express messages of inspiration and hope. They can help us to combine myth, magic, and history through definitive paintings that bring the art and consciousness of our times together. They open the door to new dimensions in understanding and appreciating artworks. They also illuminate the message of art, which is creativity and joy. Ever since I've been introducing the artworks of the masters of symbolic art on the internet, we have received many requests from the enthusiast viewers who have shown interest in learning to create symbolic paintings. This has prompted me to conduct a painting workshop to offer instructions and guidance in creating symbolic paintings. This hand-on painting course is to guide combining dreams with myth and magic through definitive artwork that blends painting and the consciousness of our time. Throughout these online sessions, participants will learn to develop and enhance their painting technique while practicing artistic freedom. The purpose of the workshop is to develop weekly paintings that inspire, fascinate, and unite the challenging knowledge of the era of AI with symbols and archetypes. The idea is to combine physical reality with inspiration in ways to expand creative vision and uplift the spirit. Weekly painting workshops are to provide nourishment for the soul from a casual art observer to an emerging painter. The workshop sessions are every Saturday from 8 to 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. to learn more, you can log on to rassouli.com. We're beginning this whole journey from the outer world to the inner world to fuse them together and put it on our canvases. This season, I want to take you on the journey of dreaming, of symbolic paintings. We're living presently in a world that is in total chaos. There's no question about it. To hope that something is going to change tomorrow, the whole world is going to change. No, there's no fairy godmother in here. But since we're going down the darkness, and we will have to reach the bottom of the darkness, we have to get to the abyss in order to turn around. Otherwise, we would be having to carry, and you all have practiced that, carrying a part of a painting that you like, and you want to get rid of the rest and try to stay with that. That is a disaster. That is a disaster, because it becomes total slavery. You're slave to this image, and that's it. So same thing happens with life too. You have to reach the bottom of the abyss. You have to, if you don't like the painting, get rid of the whole thing. Don't save a part of it, because you cannot build a building on top of a part of a previous buildings. So as you paint for you and paint for the future. Don't paint to sell. Don't paint to exhibit. Don't paint to do anything. Paint for yourself. Last 3 weeks, I have painted possibly 25, 30 paintings. But they're all on one canvas. I'm painting on the same surface. So every time that I paint on that, I know this is not going to stay. I'm just having fun painting, and I do whatever I feel like it. Whatever I feel like it. Because I know that, well, I'm not going to put this in a museum. I'm just going to go over it tomorrow and do another painting. This has given me such an amazing freedom. Such an amazing freedom that you cannot get it in anything else. So this idea, keep these in mind as steps towards where I'm working with you. And I'm not going to tell you what to do. You're going to do you. You're going to do you. No copying, no nothing of that. Paint the way you feel like it. If you feel like, I want to just do this thing with a pencil and this is my painting, do it that way. But be you. Be you. We want to escape from the reality and move into dream. If we can stay with our dream, and if we have the ability to reflect our dream through our heart rather than through copying some style or some picture or some AI or any of that, then I think we're going to get somewhere. I'm really hopeful. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not, definitely after I'm gone, it's going to still continue. A work of art never gets destroyed. Yeah, a picture does. A painting that is a copy does. A painting that, all of these, yes. But a work that comes from the heart never gets destroyed. Write a note to your mom and say, I love you, mom. And you know that note is not going to end in the trash can. So through this, through speaking your heart, we go in that direction. So what happens is we take the reality, and now we know that our reality is totally fucked up. So we don't really have a reality that we can rely on. I always saw these historical movies, read history and all of that. And now I think, what a waste. These historians probably have made up all of these stories as well. So what can I rely on? Neither on the past or on the future or the present. So reality is the crisis. Reality is in the crisis. So we need to escape from reality. And where do you go when you escape from reality? Is dream. Where else can you go? I want to escape from reality. I go to a park. I go sit under a tree. But I want to go somewhere where I can have nature put me into dreaming, not reality. The feeling of a tree, the taste of an apple, the flight of the bird, not the apple, and not the tree. So we go into that journey, and this journey begins with what religion took away from us, stole it from us. And we're going to reverse now to go back to what religion took away from us, which was our myth. Myth of culture, myth of a person, myth of anything is the connection with the heart. Religion took the myth, turned it into individuals, different prophets and different things, and the myth turned into these religious figures that began to tell us, thou shalt not do that. So we started moving away from myth that was connecting with our heart into total present that is made in our skull, and we don't know that. So we try to journey back to myths, but not the myth that was in the mind of, 5,000 years ago, anything like that. A myth that is myth of 21st century. So as you paint those that relate to myth, use your myth, because there is no 21st century myth unless you make it. And you are not the individual who makes it, but you are one of the makers of it. And since you are one of the makers of it, you are the maker of it. So begin to feel that responsibility. Begin to feel that, I need to communicate with my children and grandchildren and great-great-great-great-grandchildren. Somewhere, somebody is going to pick that. And that's fine. And when I'm in that journey, through journey of soul, at some point, it might cross my way. Why not? Nobody has come to tell us you're wrong, and nobody has come to tell us what is right. So actually, we accept it the way it's supposed to be. So myth is one that we're going to be dealing with. And then there is magic. Magic. Religion took it away from us and turned it into what? Magic in religion. What is magic in religion? Miracle. So turn it into miracle. Oh, this person miracles. So this is a such and such prophet of God because does miracles. So they stole that from our mythology, from our dream. So myth combined with mythology, with magic, is what we're looking for. So magic is not about, bringing bears from your sleeve or something like that. It's about doing little miracles, the things that you can do, not the things that others do. Little miracles, magic. And then history. Take what you like and make that your archetype for your myth. Why not? Ivan the Terrible. What he did, what he didn't do, it really doesn't matter. I don't give a damn. But I know people who are like Ivan the Terrible. They get scared from the religious pressures, and that fright turns them into vicious people who want to kill non-religious people because he's afraid. As simple as that. Now, if we take this figure as one of our archetypes, it makes it much easier for the heart connection. We can identify who I connect with or who I want to stay away from. And that is outside this and religion. Be you. Be you. You're a human before you become a religious person. But religion is not before humanity. So these are reactions that we're going to have to the history through our works. And then the dream. The dream is your dream. A critic was talking to Fellini and said, what is so special about these movies that you make? They're all blood and fat people and ugly, things, garbage cans, all of this. And he said, don't criticize an artist because of their dreams. These are my dreams. Criticize me for the implementation of my dream. The way I reflected my dream. That's where you criticize an artist. The reflection, the way the artist reflects the dream, the way the artist combines reality and the dream together and puts it out. Not to stay on canvas and be left in somebody's bedroom. Is to be in motion and in constantly building up on it. So this is the journey that we're going to be taking, and we call it symbolic painting. late in the 19th century, 1880s, 1890s, and 1910s and 20s, just 40 years, were the truly revolution in the life of humanity. It was the Industrial Revolution that changed everything in a completely different realm. We're in the period that exactly as happened from 1990s, in this range that technology is making a tremendous shift in our life. In that period, reality was unknown. There was no connection between the past and the future. There were all these new things that were constantly coming up. So escaping into the dream was a major thing for them. So 1880s and 1890s saw this movement which is called symbolism. And some of the great artists of our era, some of the most influential artists of our era came from that. But it did not last too long because of the commercialism. The world commercialism suddenly shifted from the paintings that dealt with dreams into reality. So Impressionism became important. And then Expressionism came and the isms started to building up. But they took over the whole artistic movement that lasted only, not even 20 years, but 15 years. And that is what I see the tendency of us to move toward that direction. To rebuild the connection with the dream, to rebuild the whatever was moving toward darkness into light. So we do our paintings the same way too. Start your paintings with darkness. As you know, most of my paintings begins with black canvas. You don't need to do black canvas unless you have the interest to keep on painting on top of it, like I do. Because see, when you paint on top of a previous painting, the image is gone, the surface, the skin is gone, but the emotion has moved into the next level. So when you look at painting that somebody has done, let's look at, let's say, a Rembrandt painting versus a Chinese copy of Rembrandt painting, which is exactly like Rembrandt. They even do the texture of the canvas to fit the whole thing. But still, when you look at it, somehow you don't feel it like you feel Rembrandt's painting. It's because of those layers that are there. It's not, type of thing.
Well, I feel that in this last year, you've taken us on such a journey in terms of the masters that we knew about, the masters that we didn't know about, and having us understand where they were coming from and the techniques that they were using. And now it feels like we're ready for that next stepping stone of taking what we've learned, what we have put inside our hearts, and be able to, whatever the assignment is, be able to take all of what we've been doing in this last year and essentially be us in that piece of of work. It's a logical next step for all of us.
Thank you. See, if you pay attention, if you go through the videos that I posted, you can see that the videos were meant to lead into this direction. It was not me rationalizing or thinking about this is what I'm going to do next. I have no idea what I'm going to do next. So it was just coming, but the whole thing was steps towards something that I feel.
So years ago, I worked with Michael Beckwith at Agape. And of course, at the time, there is a beautiful location on Buckingham in Culver City. And the entire Rassouli's artwork was always different walls. And I was always very curious about the artists who, they were just so beautiful. And Rassouli was teaching a class there. And I thought, I have to take this class and see what this is about. And what was interesting for me, and what's been interesting, Rassouli, over the years, just watching your work and playing with my own, if you want to say, artistry, is that I had always thought that I missed out because I didn't take, art in college. And my first class with you, I was like, I don't have the technique. And you walked by and you went with a paintbrush. And I'm like, what did he just do to my canvas? And it was, and I was very excited because I was learning to unhook from the idea that I needed the specific technique to allow myself to express art. So I took your course at Agape, and I've been, not only a fan, but I absolutely love your teachings, and honored to be here.
Really moved by what you were talking about, because it's a different languaging of the work that I'm doing in shamanic sound, where we're using sounds, different instruments, and the voice and intention to go to different realms. And I love that we're going to work with magic, because
Yes,
that's that's what we all need. That's what the earth needs. That's what the world needs.
I'm always just so enamored with, like, endlessly surprised, even though I should expect it, with how synchronicities and miracles just unfold when you just get in flow. And you're such a perfect example of that for us, Rassouli. And I have also experienced it in my own life, and I love coming and experiencing it here in this group.
My friends and family always say, why don't you take a class from another teacher? Why do you always take classes from Rassouli? And because there are no art classes or teachers that are like you. My life is just better and happier when I am in your class than when I'm not. We always come from a place of love, and that's it. And I love that you do that, and everything that you said about the world today, we no matter what is happening out there, we can come and experience love once a week.
It elevated me to the place that I wanted to go for a long time. I needed to be in a different zone in order to be able to continue express my art and my heart, either through painting or writing. And that's the way you describe this whole idea of being in a dream.
The energy that you put into it, it's not, like you say, it's not about what he said, it's about the way he said it. And the same thing happens with the painting. It's not about what you paint, it's about the way you paint. What you paint is your dream, and your dream is yours. And you cannot steal my dream or anybody else's dream. So your dream is what you're going to be painting. And we're in the flow because, fortunately, in my life, I found, through my journey, I found the clues that I need to follow in order to be content on the travel. Where I'm getting, I have no idea, and I don't care. I know that it's going to be better than every move that I take is better than previous one. So why should I even get afraid that I might fall or anything might happen? So it's always getting better. So let's just keep the journey. So what is really happening? We are making what religion calls miracle and what we call magic. It's magic. It's a power from within. It's something beyond just the surface or expertise or training or any of that. It's magic. And we constantly bring new rabbits out of the hat. It's not the same rabbit that we pull out of the hat. We're constantly creating. So when people tell me, what do you do? I say, I paint, I make love. I paint, I make love. I paint, I make love. That's my life. That's my rhythm. That's what I want the whole world to get to know. But the only thing that I can do now is to plant seeds. And you are the gardeners that either are going to get to help the seed to grow into an enormous tree and give fruit and all of that, or you just ignore the seed and let it die, not even watering it or anything. It's all up to you.
Well, I have to tell you about the seed you planted in my life is that in 2012, I went to Lezhonki with you to see the Czech Republic in Venice and met Andre. Today is our 11th year anniversary.
Oh, wow.
Anniversary.
Wow.
Wow.
That's what you did, Rassouli. I had to say it. Today is our 11th year anniversary. Can you believe it?
Wow. Congratulations.
Yes.
Susanna.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And
That
still
is
in
so
love.
cool.
Oh, beautiful.
Still in love. Love, yes. Still in love. Yep.
That's good enough for me. Just having, we cannot change the world, but just planting a seed is good enough for me.
I think it's as my height, something.
This is amazing. 6 months ago, he was afraid even to take the pencil and doodle on a paper. And look at him, amazing. This is what love does to you. This is beyond anything else.
Yeah, it gives you the courage. Yes, it gives you the courage to do everything.
Exactly.
On every field.
Because what love does is takes the fear away. That's the most important impact of love. If you don't have love, fear takes over. But if you have love, you can always get rid of fear with just imagination of love. You're going to be magicians and miracle workers. You'll find out. All I want from you is to be you. Do not try to copy. Do not try to imitate. Do not try to lean on AI. Do not try to do my way or anybody else's way. Do it your way, the way you like it. If it's just one line you want to draw on a paper, that's all you want to do. That's all you want to do. And every time that you got to a point that you thought, well, what should I do next? You know the answer, right? What's the answer? Get out of the bed. All right. So now let's look at some of your paintings.
Michelle, I don't know if you saw in the comments, but I said that this belonged with Francoise Dancer, and I put it in there. They just look like they belong dancing together. They're so full of love and energy and color. I just love the two of them together.
This one is titled by is Preparation for Illumination by Lori.
Well, in the picture that I was emulating, which was the many paths of soul, the dots are like spirit lines connecting to one another and connecting to the source out of the darkness.
I was just going to say, Lori, that the dots feel to me like that sparkly feeling of potential. They're what's becoming. So very cool.
The composition that you've created by itself is fabulous, and the connection that you made between the reality and dream, with the dolphin in here as it's coming in there, and the trees and all that, all together into a world of fantasy that allows me to go beyond judgment of the painting or saying that it's got nice colors or any of that. Takes me to a journey of dream that I want to just feel like this dolphin swimming in this whole world that seems to be with all these lights inviting me constantly.
This is titled Red Moon by Yashar.
Tonight, even the wind knows my heart is calm when I'm with you.
This is all I ever wanted. Quiet, no performance, just you and
me. Whatever is outside is only noise. When I look at you, this place becomes home.
If I had to choose 1,000 times, I'd still choose you.
Wow.
I'm trying to do this animation things, and I'm really spending time to see how it comes. Thank you. I'm just trying to figure how to do it, and then we'll go to other paintings.
The first thing that came to me was, oh, slippery slope, when I see that she is balanced on this tippy surface so masterfully.
This one is called Spreading the Light by Tony Lee.
It's clearly a journey from chaos into freedom. And as you start on the right-hand side of the painting and you see the chaos and the signals of the light that is lighting up the way and giving the direction, and then ending with the woman holding the dog and the birds showing the freedom of flight. Beautiful journey. This is a soul's journey from darkness to light.
To me, it feels like this is the mother of it all, the universe, the mother of the universe. It's this. It looks like the spirit of motherhood, and that's why the position that you have in there, it looks like it's holding something that is beholding maybe a child or whatever. It's the mother, the creator.
I had to tell, for me, it is Tony Lee's soul. It is her, definitely. And
Thank you,
reflection of her soul. It is so adorable.
Thank you, Reet.
And then
This is Stepping Stones by Kavita. You can feel her journey because she's also limiting her palette of colors, but it brings out this other side of Kavita that we're starting to see in her art, and it's just so transformative.
When you see the red moon and the red blindfold, that already tells you the story that she is describing walking on the stepping stones. You just surrender to a leader that you don't see it physically, or something that you are not connected with on a surface. You just close your eyes and close your ears and close everything and just follow the direction that you receive.
She is guided by the power, and she is allowing herself to be in the flow of that guidance.
And the feeling of serenity just washed over me the minute I saw this. Just so peaceful and...
Yeah, instead of painting the physical world, she painted the soul of nature.
Yeah.
And we have a art party by Susana.
I love the bird with the long neck and the eyes. I love all the eyes in there, and the character in the middle, the white one, that looks like they're doing a Russian jump of joy. And then all the intricate patterns. I said in the chat, Susanna, that I wondered if we were seeing the inside of your brain.
The way you created the eye in the center of the painting, where it takes all of our attention, everything sort of leads into that eye, and it feels like the eye is saying, behold this beautiful world around you. And that beautiful world is with all these different textures, different, patterns, different colors, which tells you that this beautiful world, the beauty of it is in its variety.
Thanks, Ken.
This is Volcano by myself.
I feel like this is the physicality of Earth bringing light in a really tangible, physical and metaphysical way, and it just feels good. I'd like to stand over it and have that pour into my chakras.
It does feel like an explosion of healing and love.
The journey from power within into breaking away from everything in the darkness, just blasting out. It's a journey of freedom.
This next one is titled Symbiosis by Raphael.
The whole painting is about symbiosis, the air, the water, the land, those that the great creator put on earth, the vegetation, and how it all comes together. It's a great name for a great painting.
For me, she has taken us into all time, into eternity.
And definitely a symbolic painting, which, takes the journey from infinite world into reality, or from reality of nature into infinite world.
And then we have some sketches, or one sketch and a painting from Kristen.
You're welcome. Just practicing my symbolism and just playing with different color combinations and things.
I love it. It just uplifts me right away.
I can feel that her presence She has changed the way that the music is playing. She has changed the way that waves are spreading. And she's a powerful lady.
You've created a dress which is very interesting. If today's diva wears this dress, it gives you the feeling of muscles. Somebody wears this dress covered with the strength and muscles and power.
Yeah, the feminine power suit. I love it.
And then we have a few submissions by Reed. Oh, the texture here and the colors. Wow. I'm entering another dimension.
It's so powerful in the way that I think the two figures in there, one is male and one is female, with a little touch, just a touch, she's created the feminine and the masculine.
And the transition from reality in the lower part of the painting
to
as it moves into ethereal world of dream is amazing. As you get closer into that dream, you really go into dreaming. And the figures that are her own creation look fabulous. They're really beyond reality, where they express their emotion through their bodies.
Well, thank you so much, Reed. I know we have one more share from our poet writer, Leslie, if you're ready to share.
I am. The journey. A year ago, a journey began. A journey to find out what lay beneath the serious, organized, steady Eddie persona I've been for 72 years. I had no idea that my journey to unleash the real me would begin with a fusion art class series taught by master artist Rassouli that I reluctantly took to please my wife. Each 10-week series became a stepping stone towards unveiling and unleashing the creativity that lay dormant for so long. Now, thanks to the positive, steady heart of Rassouli, who taught me to literally get out of my mind and into my heart and create from there, I am unchained, free from that which held me back. Due to his unique approach based on creating from one's heart and the unrelenting, sincere, and positive comments from fellow fusion artists in these courses, I am in joy every time I create. At 72, I am reborn.
Happy birthday, darling.
Lovely.
Beautiful. And now we begin our journey into the fantasy world, the world of dreams. And I would love to begin the journey with entering the world of mythology. Myth is the map, the blueprint for life. Without it, we cannot really connect with everybody through our hearts. Myth does what religion cannot do, which is the direct connection of the hearts regardless of any kind of belief system. Myth allows you to recognize people through knowing the archetypes. As you get to know the archetypes and the meanings of the myth that you're dealing with, you get to know so much about people, about your connection with people, about your interrelationships. So it's a very important element. And I would love to begin with starting from religious concepts combined with mythology and move from there. So your first assignment to work on is to create what is called heaven. what is called heaven. It's called by religion, by people, by atheists, by everybody has an idea, a concept, of heaven. It's that zone that I want you to create, but not the heaven that somebody has told you it looks like this. What is heaven to you? What do you call heaven? When you say, I'm living a heavenly life, what is that you're doing? Where is that you are? Where is that heaven? I want you to feel being heaven, not being in heaven, being heaven, not being in heaven. Feel that. It's not something that you can learn or I can teach you. Feel that, and you have a whole week to feel being heaven. If I'm heaven, what is that attracts people in me? Begin a journey into your deep heaven. I give you some examples of some of the ideas of heaven that some of my favorite artists, including myself,